Good morning. Today I thought I would share how I organise my papers for crafting, etc. I've just watched a video on Happy on a Budget's paper organisation, so please check that out. We tend to bounce ideas off each other and compare our systems and different bits and pieces. So today I thought I'd share my very basic paper organising. Now, as everybody knows by now, I'm just sitting at my back doorway. I have my craft and office cubby, which is just there. It was a walk-in cupboard and we took off the door, and it's my happy place. So, starting off with my paper organisation. Now, my plain papers I store in my bright pink box that I got from Wilko's. I'm sure they've still got them. I've had it actually years, and this system does work for me. I say I'm not got an awful lot of papers, so at the present it's not that hard to organise. I'm going to tilt it up a bit. So in here I've just basically stored all my plain papers into different colours. This way also, by looking at it, I can then check to see what I'm short of. As I said, very basic, limited on space. And this, as I said a few times on my systems, this works for me. So that's my plain papers, and just fix that back for a minute and move that out of the way. So that box has all my plain papers on. Then I've acquired from family when they were at college this case. Again, this works. It is quite heavy actually. From this angle it does look a mess, and obviously I can't do it up now. Starting from the front, I do have a few like these canvases, a project I'm hoping to get done. It's on my to-do list. I got this little Ziploc baggie. I don't know how everybody else stores their scraps of paper. Maybe they could comment below. And this just has all the little scrap pieces of paper, bits that I've cut off, cards, etc. That I'm sure I could do something with it. And I'm actually going through this at the moment to work on my Christmas advent calendar with the bags. So I was actually going to split it more for general and Christmas, but I haven't done that yet. As I said, that's my little scrap baggie. Then I tend to keep, which is always handy, pieces of card, especially for packaging. As I said, decent pieces, and sometimes I've even got backings of packaging. Going into the next section, I've said this before, I do keep all my calendars, and this calendar, like 2017, was, I believe, from, let me think, I think it must have been the Card Factory. Yeah, I'm positive it was. But the papers are so nice, and these pieces you could actually use in your Sizzix machine or for any crafting. And also, if I do, as I am doing now, like a junk journal, you could even put some of these months in. And also, you see, if I come back a bit, you've got the card as well. I don't want to be wasteful. It's finding that balance between what you keep and what you get rid of. Now, I don't have a lot of the 12 by 12. As I said, I am a basic crafter, and I have got more into crafting, so I have got a few pads which I've hauled as well. So I've got the Hobbycraft one, and I'll just show you, and that was reduced down to £2. The other one, which I think is quite a hefty one, is this one by Grace Taylor, Forest Friends. And I have got the traditional Christmas paper stack. That was £3 from the Works. That's ready to do some projects. And I've got some loose papers here that I got from Hobbycraft that I've shown you in one of my hauls. And I've got the Mexican Madness, and that was Hobbycraft reduced down to £2. I am on quite a tight budget, but I do look round, and then obviously at the back here I've hauled these. These were all like 10p and they're double-sided, and what I liked about it is I bought a card one recently. Love the tag one, and there is also at the back here one of my favourite ones if I can find it. So you can see it is here somewhere. Ah, there it is. I use it a lot because we have got a caravan. I'm sorry it's upside down. The caravan one. So, as I say, maybe also some of you could comment down below. I understand some of you buy your plain stock paper from B&M, and I know a YouTuber's mentioned about getting it from, I believe, Home Bargains. I'm very interested on the white and black paper cardstock. So if you could recommend the best deal, because I have bought it from Hobbycraft, but that can sometimes work expensive unless you get it on offer. Right, I'm just going to pause it because I am sitting on the floor near my back door because I've got 2 lights and I haven't got any decent lighting for YouTube yet. But I'm going to go on and show you where I store my small pads. Right, I'm now sitting in my cubby. I'm hoping not jolting the camera too much, but this is my setup. I may go actually into more detail what's on my desk. As I said, I have to keep it reasonably organised, else you can't move. I've said this before, hubby thinks it is a bit too cluttered, and I go for a stage where I do declutter, but most things I leave out because I use them. Right, going off topic, this is slightly changed from when I did my office tour, and that is because I used to have at the top there compartment, I used to have those little pinky line lip bins in the other 2 compartments, but fortunately my pad collection has grown, so I've had to take them out of the pink one and just put them on the shelf. Again, it works. Not very pretty, but it works for me. Now this here, as I explained before, I got from Flying Tiger, and it is Bluetooth, so very handy to have, and that's what I use at the moment, something basic for my filming. I am holding the camera at the moment, so I'm sorry about the juttering. Right, so this is where I keep those smaller pads, 6x6, and I've got quite a few now because I do use these a lot in card making. I'm not going to go into too much detail at the moment. I love this one. This was one of my new ones, the garden one. And I'll quickly sort of flick through them. That is really good, especially for this time of year. And I've got that one. I'll quickly flick through a few of them. And as I mentioned, everybody was posting these. I managed to get these, which I'm so happy about. and I got my cup of tea, which I do love. A couple of the Mexican ones. These ones, I say, were reduced down to £1, and I've used these quite a lot with crafting through the summer. I do like that one. The sombreros in, and for the amount that you get in there, and there's the details. So reduced down to £1. And also, I keep mentioning my friends' grandkids. It's reasonable for crafting. So I'm going through quickly. I think you can see some of these, and you might recognise them. Obviously, I've got the Christopher Robin ones that I've been using, and then at the back I've got this one again from Hobbycraft. This is a recent one. I haven't really done anything with that one at the moment because I have got a couple of Christmas projects I'm doing at the moment. Down here is the slightly larger ones, which is this size, which is 4x8. This is the blueprint one. I've been collecting these from Poundland again. So I keep these down the bottom because they jut out if I have them a bit higher. So as I said, I've got a few of these. I've got the Changing Seasons one. I've got a couple of those actually. That's how much I like them. And the other set I've been collecting, which just gives me a variety of different papers, is these. The design pad with the different coloured papers, again from Poundland, and I've got that one. This one I've been keep buying every time I see it because I just love the papers in this one. I've got a couple of those. So, oh, another thing I want to point out, I'm sure it was Poundland, is this. I haven't seen them for a long time. I believe I bought them last year. I believe it's the 6x6. These fit the square cards you can get from Poundland exactly. And these are, I suppose you could call them the washi squares. I haven't kept the front of the package, so I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if there was sort of just got a little tag with cellophane on. I honestly can't remember. And I've used these an awful lot, especially when I first started crafting. And obviously they're sticky back, you just peel them off. That's why I think they're like washi squares. But don't seem to have seen them again. And as I say, brilliant, because you haven't got to use glue. You have to be careful obviously when you put them down because of the slightly bigger size and then buckling up, if you understand what I'm saying. But I do love these. I keep saying love, I must admit. I don't know if anybody else has seen them recently. As I said, I'm sure it was Poundland, and I found them very useful. So I hope you've enjoyed this, if you could call it paper organising. Again, I've always said about organising, if it works for you, then it's fine. Have a good day, have a good weekend. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.